morning, everyone. I'm Yongki Lam, and this is my reflective presentation. Let's talk about myself. I major in physical education, and my interest is to play volleyball. So, also, I like playing with my students, and I like to look at smiles when playing with them. So, what kind of teacher I want to become? I have three simple principles. They are passion. I think I have to be focused and fully dip in my all lessons, and also I have to be self-awareness. I need to keep reflection and improving, as I think teacher is a role model of my students. Also, we have to be creative. I have to be fun and keep motivating them to involve in the lessons. So today's presentation, I will start with an introduction about talking about the C-lows, G-lows, and also the 2 cases of experience. And at last, I will have reflection and conclusion about my future. And these are the G-lows and C-lows I'm talking about. And I will talk about problem-solving skills, creative thinking skills, critical reflection skills, and also the ethical decision-making skills. And this is my case 1. During my block practice, I was a primary teacher. I was a primary PE teacher. We are doing some simple warm-ups and having a single leg jump warm-up. The gym was packed and almost 40 students holding into the gym. I told them to jump forward one by one, and suddenly I heard a scream. A girl fell and he stood up with his arm broken. So at last, his right arm fractured and she was sent on the ambulance. After the incident, I forced myself to think critically and what's going on here. The first problem I think is about the floor standing. The area is too crowded and students lack spacing ability. It lets students panic when they are jumping, and at last they crash together and someone broke their arms. Also, I think the repeated content helps them to push them into the accident. Some similar warm-ups happen every lesson and students get boring, and they lose their concentration and they do not want to do this and become very hate in the lessons. The mini conclusion in case 1 is I think I should think more before making actions from different perspectives. For example, think about is that too difficult for students or is that too boring for them? And also I have to think out of the box. I need to try to be creative. For example, I need to think about some warm-up games instead of using traditional warm-up measures. And also, I have to be well-packed to reduce the accident chance. In case 2, during my dodgeball coaching work, they are playing dodgeball competition in my lesson. So, one special education needs student raged due to his teammates keep scolding at him and telling him he's too slow, he cannot dodge the ball, and he did not have any good come outs with the team. So the SEN student grabbed a pole and stand far alone. He is ready to attack with the pole to other students. So what I do is when he swings the pole to other students, I block the pole and grab the pole, and I scolded to him in front of other students. So after I scolding him, he looks very upset and went to sit down alone. And what I do is I call the teacher who is specialized to handle these students for help, and it turns out the student consulted with the teacher for the whole lesson, and he did not come back to my lesson. Let's find out the problem in this case. I think I have wrong team arrangement, which is related to my ethical decision-making skills. I arranged a complainer in the same team with the SEN student. The complainer keeps complaining the SEN student and rage-baited the SEN student. And it led to the uncontrollable emotions for him, and at last he attacked other students. So also, I have wrong handling measures, which is related to my problem-solving skills. I scolded to the students, and it may irritate his emotions more, which is like adding oil on the fire. So he gets more angry and sad, and may cause more serious consequences. How do I improve in this case is about the bad decision I should prepare before the lessons. I have to think about the possibility outcome of different groups and combinations, and make a group list before competitions. I need to keep monitoring the students during the competitions and avoid them to getting rage baited. Also, in the wrong handling measure, I should be gentle after telling the student not to attack people instead of scolding him. I should calm him down, maybe take him to the corner and talk to him after class, and knowing what is going on and what happened in the case and what can I do for him. Here's the mini conclusion on this case. I have to plan before action and ensure not making mistakes in the lessons. As I talked before, I have to make a group list or have some fun activities. Also, I have to think fast to find out the best solution quickly. Just like I need to think fast instead of scolding. In the future, I have to well plan before lessons. I have to think about the difficulty levels for different students. If this is too difficult, the students will be boring because they cannot achieve the achievements. And I have to be challenging in the lessons. It motivates them to participate more in class. For example, I can do some floor plans and also managing the values, etc. Also, I have to think before action. I need to imagine the probable situations that will happen in the lessons, so I could cope with them easily. And also, I have to learn how to cope with the essaying students, for example, how to talk to them or how to help them out of their emotions. And this is the 4 main theme of my reflection. There are problem-solving skills, etc. What I learned from these 2 cases is I have to communicate and critically reflect. If I do not reflect every time, I will share the same mistakes I made again. Also, I have to conclude what I learned to become a good teacher and make moral judgments. And we now go to the Q&A time.
Okay, and you sure, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
You have played volleyball for years. How do you apply what you learned from volleyball when you become a teacher in the future?
As a volleyball player, I think what I learned most is about the communication skills. Because I'm a team player, I know how to communicate with my teammates and bring it back to school. I think in the future, I can bring these skills into schools and take care of my students. For example, knowing what are their needs or what do they need to help them. So I think the communication skills from volleyball can help me to become a good PE teacher.
Okay.
How do you engage the SEN student to participate in the physical activities?
At first, I have to plan about my PE lessons. For example, I have to make challenging but not too difficult for them. It helps to motivate them to participate in the lessons. And also, I will become friends with them after the lessons. I will talk to them and know about what is their needs and try to design more accurate lessons for them.
Okay. Thank you.